Blue Smurf, Belgium. John liked to take care of his garden and clean the statues of elves and Smurfs. He saw something strange one day. The ceramic figure of the Blue Smurf was outside beside the other statues. He ran to the wood house to check it. When he came in, he saw that the Smurf that he had seen before was not there anymore. He was really surprised and thought that maybe somebody was tricking him. John wanted to discover. Don't be afraid, John. All the Blue Smurfs are alive, but we just move and talk when nobody is watching. I did not want to be at the wood house, so I came here to be with my family. Can I be here? Asked the Blue Smurf. John thought he was dreaming, and all the Smurfs started moving. It was real. Sorry, Blue Smurf. I did not want to separate you from your family. Of course, you can stay at the garden, said John, excited. That is how John discovered the secret of his garden. The Blue Smurfs were alive, and they were taking care of his garden. The Proud Red Rose, Pakistan. One beautiful spring day, a red rose blossomed in a forest. Many kinds of trees and plants grew there. As the rose looked around, a pine tree nearby said, "What a beautiful flower! I wish I would be that lovely." Another tree said, "Dear pine, do not be sad. We cannot have everything." The rose turned its head and remarked, "It seems that I am the most beautiful plant in this forest." A sunflower raised its yellow head and asked, "Why do you say that? In this forest, there are many beautiful plants. You are just one of them." The red rose replied, "I see everyone looking at me and admiring me." Then the rose looked at a cactus and said, "Look at that ugly plant full of thorns." The pine tree said, "Red rose, what kind of talk is this? Who can say what beauty is? You have thorns too." The proud red rose looked angrily at the pine and said, "I thought you had good taste. You do not know what beauty is at all. You cannot compare my thorns to those of the cactus." Christmas surprise, America. It was 2 days before Christmas. Harry, Cornelius, Monty and I were busy building a snowman when Fritz appeared with his little niece Emily and introduced her. Emily is from the south and has never seen snow before. Fritz told us she doesn't know much about our winters. It turned out that Emily didn't know much about Christmas. "Who is Santa Claus, Waldo?" she asked me, shivering in the cold air. "Santa Claus," I explained, "brings presents and toys to human children at Christmas time. Does he also bring presents to animal children?" Emily asked. "Well," I said, "I guess he is too busy visiting all the human children to have much time left for animals. You see, Santa Claus is only for human children," Fritz said to Emily. "So forget about the whole idea. Let's go home now before you catch a cold." True wealth, Baghdad. Once upon a time, there lived a very rich and wealthy man in a big town. He always boasted his luxurious life to his friends and relatives. The rich man wanted to show off how rich he was. He planned for a day's visit to the entire town to show his son the life of poor people. They returned home after 2 days. The rich man asked his son, "Have you enjoyed it?" "So what did you learn from the trip?" Father asked. "Finally, you have realized how the poor suffer and how they actually are." "No, father," replied the son. He added, "We have only 2 dogs and they have 10 dogs. We have a big pool in our garden, but they have a massive bay without any ends. We have a house in a small piece of land, but they have abundant fields that go beyond the sight. We are protected by huge and strong walls, but they bond with one another and surround themselves. We buy foods from them, but they are so rich to cultivate their own food." The rich father was stunned to hear his son's words, and he was completely speechless.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.